Hey, what's up? I'm Hennessy. I work remote. I travel often and I'm all about health and wellness these days. And I've been investing in Dominican Republic, building something that really means something to me. I'm creating a life full of freedom, purpose, and a little bit of adventure and sharing it all right here. So if you're into that, don't forget to subscribe and come along for the ride. Okay, testing,
Testing,
testing.
testing.
Welcome back to my channel. Today, today we have special guests, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Here we have.
Hi, I am Ingrid.
I'm Carolina.
It does work. And today we're gonna talk about their investing experience in Dominican Republic. So, where have you guys invested in?
Bye.
Woo! So let's talk about your experience. You invested in Valladolid when?
October 2022?
Yeah.
Okay, so October 2022, and you're just getting your property in
Correct.
2025.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Was that the original date of you getting your investment property?
It was not.
No.
The original date was a year and a half ago.
It's
been a
It
while.
was 1 year. The plan was 1 year.
1 year.
18 months, so a year and a half.
Okay, and it's now been 2 years.
And a half.
And a half.
Yes.
What does that tell us? That we need to be patient.
Yes.
You know, when they tell us a date, and
It is never going to be the time that you planned.
that's
Ever.
right. Never. But we're here, and you guys are investing. Why did you decide to invest in Dominican Republic?
Valladolid is an up and coming area, so
Mhm.
that was one. I wanted to invest in an area that I could get in before everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So that was number one. And just I'm Dominican, so I wanted an area that I would be able to go enjoy myself, bring my family, bring my friends.
Yeah, same sentiment. You know, being born in Dominican Republic, I always wanted to buy back my land, right? Seeing so many Airbnbs hosted by people from the outside, from Europe and the USA, I was like, why can't Dominicans do the same? So here I am doing that.
Amazing. And how has your experience been after you've gotten your property? I know, Gato, you haven't been back, so I guess
I'll
how
be
has
back
it been?
soon. I'll be back soon.
How has it been so far though? Like them giving you okay, your property is done. How has it been since then?
No, I think it's worth the wait. I'm not gonna hold you. It's seeing the work that we put in, working with our interior designers, working with each other because it's really nice to have each other's backs. Honestly, it's worth the wait and to see the render come to life. I haven't seen it in person yet. Ingrid has.
I have. We've been fortunate enough to see the property and know that it's exactly as it looks on the render. Like that's honestly, it's a hit or miss in DR. Like sometimes you invest in a development and they change things as they go. We were lucky. Like the thing looks exactly as they promise. And so we've been really happy on that end. But obviously the timelines have shifted. I think we were also talking that the prices were more expensive in terms of materials and things that we wanted to do interior that are more expensive than we intended. But I think we're happy with the outcome, which is what's important.
Yeah, I think lesson learned. We had a budget. We did. We discussed budget with ourselves.
Did you stick to the budget?
And we probably did not. You know, I think again, it's worth spending a little bit more, knowing the outcome that's going to come out of it. So,
how has it been working with a designer?
Oh my gosh, I love her. I really love my designer. I'm so glad that Ingrid encouraged me to do so.
Yeah.
I think with me, I had filters with my designer. I was like, I needed a young Dominican woman. I wanted one who had some experience, but not too much. I wanted her to be up and coming. And I found the perfect one with the perfect budget. And she had so many fresh new ideas. And she literally delivered. Like I gave her what I wanted for an apartment. I said I wanted modern beach house. Give me, tema playero. That's literally what I wanted. And she was like, I have thoughts, I have ideas, and she made it happen. And I was like, that's literally what my Pinterest board was telling me.
Yes. And I would say one benefit of using a designer while it's in development is that they can go and literally inspect the property for you, which is so important when you're not on the island. Like,
Yes.
there were many things, just as this is my first time doing this, like, there are a lot of things that I would not have noticed had my designer not brought it up to me. So aside from them designing the interior, they've also been like an advocate for me. I'm like, no, this needs to be fixed. You can't accept this apartment in this way. Like, she has literally been advocating for me in a way that I wouldn't have been able to do so on my own because I'm not there. So like my fee was about like $3,000 for my designer, it was worth every single penny because that was dollars that I would have had been putting into my trips anyway. Yeah. And she has knowledge that I don't have. So
amazing.
When it's in development, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, that is great. And
also just being outside of DR, like we didn't know about these stores, about Casa Cuesta, about
Illumel outlet. I would have never.
Yes, I literally got everything from Amazon.
What the mercancía, what the merchandise, what the product looks like in DR. Yeah, and just see what they have. And DR has so much beautiful things. Yeah. Literally. But we had the options of having both DR and US.
We can compare.
Yes. Did you have a budget, like designing wise, or you were like, I want to design based on like my own taste?
No, I think genuinely my budget, because I'm not just thinking interior work, right? Like they give our apartment in development. It's like we still gotta do the sheetrock and the ceilings or whatever. So there's more that goes into just the furniture. So I was banking on like with wallpaper, like all the walls and all that shit. I was thinking like 20.
The design.
Yeah. I banked on like 20K. I think it's gonna be a little more than that. But with furniture and like walls, and this includes fans, this includes ACs, like all of it. Because I think sometimes we think just furniture, like no, there is a lot that goes into everything. I was thinking like 20K. I think we're going a bit over for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
how about you?
I think I said about the same, but what I did not take into consideration was because our apartments are in Valladolid, things are transported from Santo Domingo. So Santo Domingo to Valladolid is like an hour and a half, and that's a cost in addition, to whatever we're purchasing or whatever we're making. And I said I'm gonna do 15K, but that's clearly turning into 20K.
That was low.
Yeah,
and there's just more things to take into consideration: taxes, fees, all that stuff. So.
Did you buy more in Dominican Republic, or you bought more like overseas and then shipped it?
I think I did more DR, but if I had to do like a percentage, I think I did like a 60-40 situation.
Okay.
I did more DR, but I still bought in US because I liked a lot of the stuff that I saw in like Wayfair or Amazon or Target. And then obviously working with my designer, she had a shipping company, and I was able to make, we made some talks. We had some contacts. We were able to get some good deals in terms of trying to ship things out from the U.S. to Dominican Republic.
I love that. How about you?
Most of the furniture is DR.
Okay.
But when it comes to furnishing appliances, like a lot of the actual coffee maker, all those things were US based. I sent a lot of boxes. But when it came to furniture, I think for me it was more worth it to buy there as opposed to shipping because of the cost that it would take to ship.
Got it. And did you guys do any research on like what the nightly rate would be based on, like how much you guys were investing in?
I did. I did. I think because we were buying, so I was looking at like monthly expenses more than anything else. And I think because we got on our financing, obviously all of the money aside from like the utilities and all of that were going to be money that we take, like that comes to us. I think for monthly rate, just based on competition and everything around there, it was like 100 to 150 range. But there is going to be a profit, or so I hope.
It's always the hope. It's always the hope.
But yeah, I think it also just depends on how much utilities come, and we'll report back because we're obviously getting started. So, but like, yes, you have to do your analysis. You have to run your numbers. You need your spreadsheet. Like, you cannot invest in any area unless you run your numbers. For sure.
100%. How about you?
No, I'm going based off what. Good vibes. Good vibes. No, I think, being a team, right? Like, we're helping each other out in all of this. And also, like, there's a lot of applications and websites that do help with this. And also, just because we're being Dominican and we have stayed in Airbnb, so we're also consumers of the application of the platform itself, we're aware of what a cost could look like. And we do know what the high season looks like, right? Like, we know it's the holidays, like Christmas, New Year's, Semana Santa, and also just staying in Valladolid, like, we know what areas are going to charge a little bit more than the others. But also, just like, we have the help of, if we want to call it AI or whatever, we just know that computers and technology today are going to help us with creating the budget that we're looking for in terms of what we plan on charging for these future, stays. So stay tuned to all of that.
Yeah, so there you have it, guys. We have two ladies who have invested in Valladolid. Of course, that's the area I'm in, so I'm super excited. Yes, and we'll stay tuned to what other advice they have in the future. See you guys next time.
Bye.